The world is full of mysteries, but the enigmatic journeys of elephant herds hold a special place among them. Imagine what it's like to witness thousands of elephants suddenly embarking on a journey hundreds of miles long, all heading toward a place that seems hidden from view. With incredible precision and determination, this massive group moves through forests, crosses rivers, and overcomes mountain ranges. And all of this is for the sake of a place that even the most experienced explorers can't always find. What drives these giants? Researchers have pondered this question for a long time, observing the behavior of elephants. This drive cannot simply be the result of instinct or the search for food. Scientists, equipped with the most advanced technologies, track the animals' movements via satellites. But even they have not been able to fully understand what keeps the elephant's attention fixed on this place. It's also curious that this phenomenon is not limited to a single population. From Africa to Asia, herds make similar journeys with uncanny precision. Perhaps it is an ancient instinct embedded over thousands of years of evolution that guides them. Or maybe it's something more mystical, connected to an elusive knowledge passed down from generation to generation. While scientists work to unravel these mysteries, let's take a look at the challenges these majestic animals face as they embark on their legendary journeys. Dangers along the way. Deadly traps and natural obstacles. As elephants set out on their incredible journeys, they encounter a variety of obstacles that could stop any other creature, but not them. Imagine yourself in their place. Dense jungles may seem impenetrable, but elephants skillfully make their way through thick undergrowth. Their immense strength allows them to topple trees and forge a path where none seems to exist. However, not all obstacles can be overcome by sheer determination and power alone. Huge rivers crossing the elephant's path pose a serious threat. Powerful currents and hidden underwater rocks can become a trap for the unwary. Nevertheless, thanks to their natural intuition, elephants skillfully identify safe crossing points, saving both the young and the old members of the herd. Further along their journey, towering mountain ranges appear in their path. Here they face treacherous slopes and narrow gorges where a single misstep can mean mortal danger. However, even the mountains do not stop these giants. One should not forget about predators who, although they pose little threat to adult elephants, can still attack the young or injured animals. But the herd is always on guard. Adult elephants form a circle, protecting the most vulnerable. And even in such harsh conditions, they maintain a sense of community and support. This entire journey is filled with deadly traps, but for the elephants, it is just another challenge. As we marvel at their resilience, a question arises. What drives them further, beyond all these countless trials? What mysterious place could be so important that it is worth overcoming all these forces of nature? Following ancient routes, perhaps they are searching for something more than just the destination of their journey. Mythical stories or reality? What secrets does this mysterious place hold? Amidst the dense jungles and distant horizons that the elephants strive toward, there are places shrouded in myths and legends. The local people tell stories that make you wonder. Could it be that in this corner of the world, something more than just a natural phenomenon is hidden? Some speak of ancient temples, abandoned by civilizations that once existed here. Their walls are said to hold secrets still beyond the reach of modern man. It is in such temples, according to legend, that knowledge accessible only to the chosen few is gathered. Perhaps elephants, whose history spans thousands of years, sense something that we humans have lost. Others are convinced that this place is the last refuge of ancient nature spirits, with whom the elephants maintain a kind of mystical contact. Such stories intertwine with observations of unusual animal behavior, as if they find some kind of spiritual connection there. It is interesting to note that accounts of such places vary from one region to another, but they all share one thing in common. Encountering them invariably inspires a sense of awe in those who experience it. The power of these myths is so great that even those who have never seen this place continue to pass stories about it from generation to generation. Although scientists have yet to find convincing evidence to support these stories, they continue to attract researchers from all over the world. This magical aspect of the elephant's journeys becomes yet another mystery that can only be speculated about. And while scientists try to unravel the mystery of this phenomenon, the question arises, could there be something quite real behind these ancient myths, something that connects the old roots with modern observations? Ancient roots and their connection to modern observations? Centuries pass, continents change, but the ancient routes along which elephants make their journeys remain unchanged. It seems as if these paths are carved by nature itself into the landscape, and elephants follow them with uncanny precision, as if guided by an invisible compass. Recent studies show that many of these routes may in fact be remnants of ancient trails that date back to the earliest civilizations. Archaeologists are discovering artifacts and traces of ancient settlements along the elephants' migration routes, indicating that these paths may be much older than previously thought. What is remarkable is that modern observations confirm that elephants still follow these ancient routes, even despite changes in the environment caused by human activity. They overcome high fences and cross farmlands, as if traveling along these paths is an inseparable part of their lives. Some scientists believe this is connected to genetic memory, a mechanism that allows animals to use knowledge passed down through generations to navigate the world. However, even this explanation is not definitive. In addition, modern technology helps scientists observe the movements of elephants, and this reveals incredible scenes to us. As elephants cover kilometers, they do not stray from their course and move with astonishing coordination, which makes one wonder how they manage to synchronize their actions. Perhaps ancient routes are not only guiding lines, but also a mysterious connection to the past, allowing elephants to travel beyond the limits of modern understanding of space. While our technologies attempt to recreate complex navigation systems, elephants continue to follow their ancient paths, leaving us in constant awe and wonder. And this only emphasizes how little we still know about the world we live in and about these amazing creatures that continue to astonish and inspire us. Mysterious signals. How elephants coordinate their actions across thousands of miles. Amidst this phenomenon, another mystery arises. How do elephants coordinate their actions over vast distances? After all, successfully completing such a long journey requires extraordinary cohesion. Scientists believe that elephants use complex communication methods to maintain the unity of the herd throughout the journey. One of these methods is infrasound signals, which can travel for dozens of miles. These low-frequency sounds are inaudible to the human ear, but they can be clear to elephants. Elephants can communicate with each other, conveying important messages about direction, threats, or changes in route. Their ability to perceive such signals makes them excellent navigators in a complex environment. Researchers have observed that elephants change their behavior in response to signals they receive from other members of the herd, signals that are invisible and inaudible to humans. Such organization allows the herd to spread out over large distances and still maintain a common direction of movement. Observations confirm that elephants are able to coordinate their movements even in challenging conditions, such as dense forests or among hills. This remarkable interaction between the animals continues to puzzle scientists, who see it as an indicator of the highest level of social organization in the animal kingdom. These communications may well be the key to how elephants follow their ancient roots and find the strength to overcome incredible challenges. Ahead of us lie more modern discoveries that may further lift the veil of mystery over this unique form of interaction among elephants. Connection with ancestors. Genetic memory or something more? There is a mysterious theory that may shed light on the elephant's urge to embark on their enigmatic journeys. This is the hypothesis of genetic memory, the ability of biological beings to transmit accumulated knowledge across generations. It is possible that ancient instructions are encoded in the genes of elephants, guiding them along specific routes. Researchers suggest that such instructions help them survive, since knowing safe places for water, food, and shelter is vital for the survival of any species. Nevertheless, such explanations cannot fully solve the puzzle. Elephants do not simply follow routes for survival, they do so under any conditions, even when it involves great risks. Maybe, just maybe, it's not only about genetic memory. There is a hypothesis that elephants follow some deeper natural instincts, similar to a collective consciousness. This concept includes the idea that a group can experience shared preferences and goals that go beyond simple individual instincts. It's hard to imagine just how ancient this connection to their ancestors might be. We can only speculate that elephants may be following paths that have been known to them since prehistoric times. Paleontologists have discovered that migration has been a part of elephant life for millions of years, and the behavior of modern animals may be evidence that they are trying to preserve this continuity. Even with the development of human civilization, they continue to travel along these ancient routes for hours and dozens of miles away from any civilized society. This connection with their ancestors is not just a part of their past, it remains a mystery for scientists and researchers, who are only beginning to grasp the depth of elephants' interaction with their environment. Perhaps nature has endowed these animals with a unique sensory organ that is capable of tapping into ancient knowledge. Fascinating discoveries continue to emerge, and perhaps soon we will learn the true reason behind this phenomenon. The voices of the jungle. Do unusual sounds play a role in this behavior? When we listen to the sounds of the jungle, it's easy to overlook the fact that among them may be hidden the keys to the mysterious movements of elephants. Low-frequency vibrations inaudible to humans, which elephants are able to generate with their massive bodies, may play an important role in this story. Researchers have discovered that elephants can use infrasound signals to communicate with each other over distances of up to dozens of miles, sending warnings about dangers or changes en route. These signals penetrate through forests and hills, creating an acoustic network that connects the entire herd. These infrasounds are not just a means of communication, they can also serve as navigational tools. Elephants can use environmental markers, places with specific acoustic characteristics, that help them navigate through their surroundings. For example, the resonant echo from mountains or distinctive sounds of water can play a key role in their journey. With highly developed ears and sensitive feet, elephants are able to pick up these vibrations, which allows them to coordinate their movements and stay on the right path during their migration. Scientific observations show that in many cases, the herd changed direction or speed right on the move, which coincided with changes in the sounds of the surrounding environment. This ability to alter their route based on perceived sounds helps them avoid obstacles and dangers, making their journeys safer. The use of sounds as a navigational tool may explain why elephants are able to travel vast distances with such confidence, without straying from their route, and completes the picture of their remarkable adventures, where the jungle's soundscape becomes an essential part of their survival. In search of answers, the latest scientific discoveries and unexplored questions. In summary, the most recent discoveries in elephant behavior research have yielded astonishing results. Scientists from around the world are joining forces to unravel the mystery of elephant migrations using advanced technologies and observation methods. Satellite tracking and radar systems help record and analyze their routes with remarkable precision. These technologies allow scientists to model possible migration scenarios and even predict future movements of the herd. Recent studies have shown that elephants may be attracted to certain types of vegetation that contain unique nutrients or medicinal properties unavailable elsewhere. This discovery may explain why they are willing to travel such great distances. Some of these plants may be difficult to access, but elephants, possessing instinctive knowledge, still manage to find their way to them. In addition, scientists have discovered that elephants have an amazing ability to learn and use tools, which allows them to overcome unexpected obstacles along their path. For example, there have been recorded cases where elephants use sticks to get food or water from hard-to-reach places. This demonstrates their high level of cognitive abilities and flexibility in complex situations. At the same time, there are still questions that remain unanswered. How exactly do elephants coordinate their movements over such vast distances, and what triggers their migratory behavior? Existing hypotheses only partially explain this phenomenon. These questions continue to drive scientists to seek new approaches and research methods, including interdisciplinary and international collaborations. The more we learn about elephants, the more new mysteries are revealed, making the study of these majestic creatures endlessly fascinating and important.